today.
Thank you. So our reading this today, is from Luke chapter 4, verses 1 to 13. A very significant and well-known chapter in the Bible. It's about Jesus' temptation. If you don't know the story, that's perfectly okay, because you're in a treat, because we have a little drama that we've arranged for us all to look at the temptation of Jesus. And I've got Fumi playing as the Satan, and I've got Nathan playing as Jesus. A big round of applause to Fumi and Nathan.
Hallelujah. Praise God. Jesus? Aren't we the only one fasting and praying here in the wilderness for all this time? My. Most impressive. I don't know how you do it. What has it been now? 40 days. That's a long time to go without food. A very long time. Hungry? I think perhaps starved might be the most appropriate word. What do you think? You have that feeling in the pit of your stomach, that emptiness, that longing for something nourishing, something tasty. You know what I'm talking about. You are feeling it right now. You are thinking about how nice it would be to have something to eat. Oh, yeah, you are the strong one, aren't you? I know who you are. Jesus Christ, son of Mary, son of Joseph, born in Bethlehem, raised in Nazareth, a carpenter by trade. You see, I know who you are. So, I guess the question is, do you know who I am? Hello? Do you know who I am? Of course you do. You claim to be the Son of God. So that means you know everything. Well, if you are the Son of God as you claim to be, then you can take care of this little hunger problem, can't you? I know you are hungry. You have denied yourself for 40 solid days. That ought to be long enough. No one expects more from you. It's time to eat now. Yeah. So, if you are the Son of God, like you are the Son of God, then command these stones. There you go. Command them to become bread. I mean, bread. Look at it. Freshly baked bread. Can you smell it? Oh. Just tell those stones to become bread. Something like this. I'm not giving you this, but something like this. Can you taste it? Just tell it to become bread. If you are the Son of God, would it obey you? Then you can eat.
It is written, man shall not live on bread alone, but on every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God.
Jesus, I don't think you are taking me seriously. Get on there. See what I can do. I have transported you to the top of the temple. We are on the very pinnacle. It is rather frightening up here, isn't it? Don't be afraid. I've got you. I am holding you tight and I won't let you go. It's a long drop, isn't it? But you probably aren't frightened, are you? Are you frightened? You have nothing to fear anyway. If you fall, they will catch you. Now that will be something to see. What a display of power. What a thrilling spectacle. You should do it. I would love to see that. Show me how important you are. If you are the Son of God, if you are the Son of God, like you are the Son of God, then throw yourself from here. Throw yourself down from here. For it is written, it will give his angels charge concerning you to guard you, and on their hands they will bear you up, lest you strike your foot against a stone.
On the other hand, it is written, you shall not put the Lord or God to the test.
Okay. The Lord my. Okay. Come with me. Get on there. Look. From this mountaintop. Can you see it all? All the kingdoms of the world. Look there. And the valleys. Isn't it majestic? Look at the mountains, look at the seas, look at the rivers, look at the valleys, the forest and the desert. It's all so glorious. Those magnificent cities, all the lands and kingdoms in all their splendor. Isn't it marvelous? Have you ever seen anything so glorious? Huh? Have you ever seen anything so glorious? Oh, it's breathtaking. I'm speechless. You have to admit that this is the greatest of all beauty. And it is all mine. That's the good thing. It's been handed over to me. Jesus, I will give you all this domain and its glory, because I can give it to whomever I wish. That's right. I can give it. I choose to give it to you all. It is my decision. And I wanted to have it. All of this. Look, everything there. All of it. I will give you. If only, on one condition, if only you will fall down and worship me. Yes. Yes. If you worship me, bow before me, everything is yours.
For it is written, you shall worship the Lord your God and serve him only.
Oh. Okay. I'll go. But you have not seen the last of me yet.
Yeah. Wow, a real big temptation here. Now, we've got some kids in the front, and any more children? I see there are quite a few children up there. This is all about you and adults, everyone together. So children, if you are sitting there and you want to come front, please do come front, because you can then see me better and the things I have to show you. That'll be a good view. So children, quick, in about 10 seconds, any kids come forward? Lots of space here to sit and hear God's word. We've got a few coming. Well done, well done. Okay. Now, a lot of us have given a few things up for Lent this season, have we? Hands up if you've given up something for Lent this season. Got a few hands up. Okay. What I'm going to do is have a few. They're not chocolate. Anyone giving up chocolate? Any kids giving up chocolate? Okay, well, that's not just bread. That's a custard cream rolls. It's very fancy, very delicious. I'm just going to give a few to, let's say, Daisy. Who else? Can you, Daisy? Can you just have a little? There you go. Okay, get a little few, just very quick. Okay, and we're not opening them. We're not opening them. There you go. There you go. Just a few, Devin. There you go. Thank you. Any more? You can have one. Thank you. And one last one. One last one. Okay. Do we open them? No. It might be tempting, but let's not open them. Okay? You can keep them with yourself till the end of the service. And I want to see how many of you have that willpower. Now, temptation is a very strong, heavy, big, bold word maybe. Now, kids, if I can have your attention, because you'll be missing out on things that we have to talk. Temptation. What does temptation mean? Kezia. Wanting to do something very much, but you can't get your mind off it. Anyone else? Yes, some similar. Anyone else? Adults? Any temptation? What does temptation mean to you? No one is tempted here. Amazing. Adults? Temptation? You are tempted to eat this. Interesting. Honest. Always truth in the house of God. Adults, what is temptation? Simple words. Sorry? Self-discipline. It is simply, I want to do something that I know I'm not supposed to do. Doing something that you know that you have been told not to do. Easy instruction to follow. At school we are asked to stand in a line. If we go at school, if we are at home, we are asked to obey our elders, our parents. We are asked to follow simple rules. And sometimes rules can be difficult. Sometimes it's tempting to disobey, to lie, to say, actually, no, I want that, I'll go and do it. And it's boring. Now, I want to tell you a very small example of a story. I want you to meet a very close friend of mine. Anyone excited? His name is Yufi. Can anyone guess what it could be? Has anyone met? No one has met Yufi here. I can show you. Yufi is a good friend of mine. I have a photo of him in the next slide. Marvelous, if I can show Yufi to you. Now, Yufi is my very, very good friend. He cleans my floor. He wipes the dust, and he also mops. He's amazing. I love him. But he came with a price. He just wasn't very available for me or affordable to buy at one point of time. And I had to save. I had to wait. I was tempted. Every time I would just have free time, I would be like, okay, what model of Yufi should I buy? Should I buy it now? Should I buy it tomorrow? Should I look at my bank account? No. Should I look at my bank account next week? Still no. And I had to wait and wait. And even sometimes when I had the money to buy it, I had to pay my other bills. I had to do other things. And I had to wait. It was so tempting to go and buy. How many of you think if you have Yufi at home, you might love him? No, exactly. I still find doing a normal, proper Hoover like Henry the Hoover. That is amazing. But temptations are there. Now, not all temptations are sin. Can I hear someone say, not all temptations are a sin? Can I have the next slide? Temptation becomes, I can be tempted. If I've been told not to have this bread roll, are we all tempted to have it now? No? A few of us? Yeah? If I told adults there's a fresh cake downstairs, who's tempted to have it? If I told someone there's mac and cheese downstairs. But we are tempted to do things. Temptation only becomes a sin when we act on it. When I go and do something that I'm not supposed to do, I can think about it, it'll come in my heart. I guess that's okay because we are humans. But when I go and act on it, it becomes a sin, especially if we know that it is bad. Now, can we all say together, temptation becomes sin when we act on it? Should we say together? Temptation becomes sin when we act on it. When we actually go and do it. I want to tell lies to someone. Someone has asked me, were you here this morning, or were you here at this time? Or have you taken this by accident? I know I've done it, but I'm tempted to lie because I know I can get away. That is when temptation becomes sin. Jesus was tempted by the devil so many times. He was told in the wilderness where he fasted for 40 days and 40 nights, and he was told to turn these rocks into bread. He was starving. He wanted it. 40 days, 40 nights, he didn't have food. He wanted to have a meal. And Jesus said, no. He took him to the highest top in the mountains and told him, I'll give you everything, power, everything I have. This is mine. I'll give it to you. This can be yours if you worship me. What did Jesus say? No. He took him to the other top and said, if you fall down, oh, you're the Son of God, angels can help you. They'll pick you up. You'll be fine. Do it. And Jesus told him, no. What did he say? No. Do not test your God. I am not Jesus. We are not Jesus. We don't have strong willpower like him. But what we have is Jesus himself. And this leads me to the closing points for the next slide. When I know that I'm tempted, what can I do? I definitely don't have the power as Jesus did. Do you think, are we as strong as Jesus? Definitely not. But I know that Jesus has given us the power. So, 4 things to look into. Okay, are we ready? Okay, the first one is pray. Can we go to the next slide and then pray? When I know that I'm being tempted, I can just pray to God. God, I know I'm being really wanting to do this, but I know this isn't the right thing. Please help me. Please help me in this situation. The next thing, the next one as well, is ask. You're praying, you're asking God that, God, I can't do this myself. Please help me to do this. The next one is act. When we ask Jesus to help us, he will give us the strength. And we act on that. So we've prayed, we've asked him for strength, we've asked him to help us be strong, and then we're going to act on it. And the last one is simple. You just repeat. So, what's the first? What's the second? And once you've done all these 3 things, it's simple to repeat it again. And repeat, because temptations will always come. So I pray that God gives us the strength and the power to follow him, to do the right thing, just as we did while doing our game. Just as we're doing right now, being patient. In Jesus' mighty name. Amen. Amen. Now leading on to our craft, our responsive craft for this Sunday. Okay, so I've got following Jesus' steps. Jesus showed us a great example of how to follow him. And we today will explore that in our craft section. We've got some paint. We'll go there, take our socks off, get some paint on our feet, and make a little print onto the white paper there, which says following Jesus. And that's a reminder that when we are tempted, it's just simple, well, it's difficult. All we need to do is follow and remember what Jesus told us to do. So are we ready? This is not just for the kids, it's for adults as well. So please, adults with bigger footsteps would be so much welcome as well. Also, if you aren't doing that activity, there'll be some worship music in the background. But please feel free to introduce yourself to someone you haven't spoken to before, someone new, someone who haven't you caught up with, and we shall be back in about a few minutes as well. So, kids and adults on there, and also having a bit of conversation amongst yourself. We'll see you soon.